What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with another update with Pork Chop. Let me fix my seatbelt here, OCD. And today was supposed to be my last day at the deli. However, I'm not gonna lie to you, I straight up called in and said I'm not coming in today. And so that's how that worked itself out. I just said I'm not coming in, and y'all have a good one. Thanks. And so I used that afternoon to have lunch with my grandmother and talk with her and hang out with her for a bit. And then also I used that time to get some dishes done and get some laundry taken care of and folded and put away, and got to polish off my Pickle Rick Pringles that my wife got me a couple weeks ago. I finally finished those off, and now the can is sitting on my Batman shelf next to the Corn Pops Val Kilmer Batman Forever cereal box and the Batman vs. Superman strawberry, I think it was like chocolate and strawberry cereal. And that's sitting right in the middle. Pickle Rick is right between the two Batmans. So, speaking of which, for the two Batmans, they released the picture of the new Batmobile, which a lot of people are freaking out. They're like, "Oh man!" Like, okay, first of all, I'm gonna do a little rant here with the Robert Pattinson Batman thing. My wife is one of these people that thinks the movie's gonna tank. It's gonna be terrible. Robert Pattinson's gonna be the worst casted Batman since George Clooney. Her words. She says that Pattinson's gonna be the worst Batman since George Clooney. I like to disagree with her. Because she's already saying that the film's going to be garbage and it's going to be terrible and everything, because she just doesn't like Robert Pattinson. That's like one of her actors that she's just like, ugh, he just upsets her because she hated him as Cedric and the Goblet of Fire in Harry Potter. She hated him in Twilight, so that he was like the worst actor in that movie. And next to Kristen Stewart, who was you're a vampire. Just her mouth was open all the damn time. I watched like 15 minutes of the first Twilight movie and said, "What the hell am I watching?" And I changed the channel. So, but people are complaining. They're like, the bat suit looks terrible. It looks like a ripoff of Daredevil. The Batmobile looks terrible. It just looks like a souped-up muscle car. But you guys got to realize, this is the beginning of Batman. This is if you had to adopt it from one of the comic books or graphic novels, this is the year one Batman. This is the guy that's only been doing this for like a year or two. And yeah, sure, he's a multi-billionaire Bruce Wayne, during the day, but it's going to take him a bit. Apparently, there's a rumor that in the movie, there's going to be an event with his suit, and his suit's going to be destroyed. And he has to upgrade his suit eventually, which I'm totally okay with. And there's also probably piggybacking off of that the Batmobile is going to get destroyed, and he has to go get a new, better, souped-up one. Which, again, I would be more than okay with that. I like the Batmobile. It's something different. It's Christian Bale and even Ben Affleck had these tanks, these, ready for World War III type of vehicles. And this one seems like that it's just, a car that, he picked up at like an auction, and he just went into the Batcave with some tools and Alfred and said, "All right, let's do this." That's pretty much what it looks like. And I think it looks cool. And it's something different. I even posted on Facebook. It's like a new direction, and I love it. Regardless if it's Pattinson or the Batmobile. Apparently, people are pissed off because Colin Farrell is going to play the Penguin, and they're like, he's not fat enough. Apparently, he is actually gaining weight for the role. He's probably doing what actor was it? I can't remember. Some actor got really fat for a role. Christian Bale. I can't remember what movie it was, but he gained like 30 or 40 pounds just because his character was kind of chunky, so he gained weight for the role. So it's just acting, man. I mean, you do what you can. It's method acting. You got to do what you got to do. And I think the film's going to be great. I am really looking forward to it. It's not even close to a year yet. We haven't even seen like actual footage. We've just seen like pictures, taken from, Matt Reeves posted a few pictures, or just these tabloid paparazzis that sneak onto the set and they take pictures of Pattinson's stunt double with the motion capture dots all over him and all that stuff. And you just gotta wait, because I also told my wife this. I said, people freaked the ever-living F out whenever Heath Ledger was cast as the Joker, including myself. Fresh off of Brokeback Mountain, that was, I didn't see that movie, but, people made fun of him because it's like, oh, he's going to be Brokeback Joker, and he's, going to do things to Batman, sexually, yada, yada, yada. I think even, I can't remember the YouTuber, Monkey and Apple, I think even did a, kind of like a nightmare scenario for Batman, and it's pretty much like Brokeback Joker is pretty much what it was, and it was a joke. And then we saw the film, and he was magnificent as the Joker. And then I said, and also, people freaked out. They were pissed. They were actually writing letters to the studio and Tim Burton and all these other people when Michael Keaton was cast as Batman, because he's coming off of Mr. Mom and Night Shift and all these comedy movies, and they're like, there's no way Mr. Mom can be Batman. And he might be the best Batman that we've seen adapted on film. A lot of people, he's a crowd pleaser, he's a fan favorite, he's one of my favorites. He's not my favorite. I think that Val Kilmer didn't get his fair shake, and he should have been the guy that broke the cycle, which at that time it was Keaton was in 2 movies, Val Kilmer was in 1, George Clooney was in 1, and then Christian Bale was in 3, and I wanted him to break that cycle and get that 3rd movie, that trilogy, something that Keaton kind of said F you to Joel Schumacher and Warner Brothers and said, I'm not coming back for a 3rd one. And then Val Kilmer apparently was too busy with another movie, so he couldn't do it. So they got George Clooney to do it, and George Clooney even admitted that he was not the best Batman. He was actually the worst Batman. And he actually said that he keeps a picture of himself in the bat suit in his office to remind himself, never do a movie just for money alone. And that's what he did. He did it for the money. So there you go. This is the Batman episode, guys. This is the Batman episode, and I'm totally okay with that. Who's your favorite Batman? Let me know down below of all of these. And then technically Affleck got 2 because he did Batman vs Superman and Justice League, and then he was in Suicide Squad for a hot minute, so he did like 2 1/4. So there you go, 2 1/10, and but I think Val Kilmer was my favorite Bruce Wayne. He was my favorite Batman, and I loved him. And then Christian Bale has got to be a very, very high second, just one notch below. And then probably, I'm going to get flack for this, I did like Affleck's portrayal of Batman, because he was old and he had the chunky suit and he had the voice changer, which I bet Christian Bale was probably in the movie theaters like, why didn't we have this? Why the hell wasn't that an option for me? Why? Because he had the technology to change his voice like that, but I like how it was just like a voice changer like built into the suit, and I always thought that was cool. Because Christian Bale had to go all out with that bat growl that, I'm Batman. Where's the trigger? You ain't giving to an ordinary citizen. Yeah, that's cool. That's fine. And it was funny, though, because they did a back-to-back-to-back of each Batman saying, I'm Batman. So Michael Keaton was just like, I'm Batman. Val Kilmer's like, I'm Batman. George Clooney's like, I'm Batman. And then Christian Bale, I'm Batman. And then Ben Affleck, I'm Batman. Because he had the voice changer. Tell me, do you bleed? You will. It's cool. It's fun. So if you like Batman, I hope you guys are enjoying this, because that's all I'm talking about, really, because I'm almost home. Regardless, though, let's talk a little bit more of my day. I did the Dallas Cowboys fantasy football draft last night. I think I stayed up till past 1:30 doing it last night, which I was had Rocket Baboon assist me for a little bit, and then MC Philly, I think that was the name, MC Philly, said, you know, support the channel, miss the food reviews, by the way, go Eagles, Cowboys suck, you know, just the traditional stuff that I hear on a daily basis being a Cowboys fan. And then I did have a question. Rocket actually asked me the other day, actually asked me last night, who my favorite boss was in Origins. And that's kind of a loaded question, because boss-wise, my favorite boss, I don't know, man. Probably Killer Croc at the very beginning of the game, like the first stage of the game, you fight Killer Croc. I mean, it was kind of difficult. It was challenging. My least favorite, though, is Bane, the first time you fight Bane, because it took me like 2 days to beat Bane, because I'm on the hardest difficulty, and I'm like, why is this so freaking hard? And in all honesty, that irritated me more than it needed to. And so probably Killer Croc. I did like the Deadshot one, though. That was interesting, because you don't just like get into an arena and you fight Deadshot. You're in this. I think it's the bank. I think it's one of the banks of Gotham, or one of the churches. I can't remember what it is. And you pretty much have to strategically take out his like henchmen, and then you fight him for a bit, and then he runs off and like takes a hostage. You got to come up behind him, and you got to, you know, do a silent takedown. And then when you do the silent takedown, more of his men come, and you got to do the second wave and destroy all them, and then you defeat Deadshot. And that irritated me. It took me over and over and over again. Not as long as it took me, though, to fight Bane, but I was just like, ugh. But Deadshot, definitely, that was probably one of the better ones. But I think my all-time favorite boss battle in the Arkham games is probably Mr. Freeze in Arkham City. Because you're in a room, you got to be quiet, you got to do these silent takedowns, and then you do one silent takedown, like you're under like the floor grate, and you pop up and you smash him. He freezes over all the grates. And then if you break through a wall and get him, after breaking through a wall, he goes and destroys all the walls, so you can't get through them. If you do it by gargoyle, he like freezes the gargoyle to where you can't stand on him or anything like that. So you got to like do it multiple ways. You got to defeat him multiple waves, and that was always interesting and fun. So anyway, guys, again, I apologize, and I am not sorry at the same time, if that makes sense, that this was pretty much just the Batman vlog. And yeah, we didn't even talk about the things are really heating up with Johnny Depp is more than likely going to be, for at least 2 movies, is probably going to be the Joker for Robert Pattinson, which let's go for it, man. Let's see what happens. If he can be anything like he was the guy can act. I mean, he goes from Captain Jack Sparrow to in Pirates of the Caribbean, obviously, to Secret Window. I liked him in Secret Window. He played a guy with schizophrenia. Of course, he played Sweeney Todd in the Sweeney Todd movie. He played oh my gosh, he's been in a lot of good movies. He's playing Grindelwald right now, the villain for the Fantastic Beasts movies, and I think he's actually doing a pretty good job there. So the guy can act. He's got range. And we'll just see what happens, man. Again, if people are going to, you know, throw stones at Pattinson and at Johnny Depp, even though it's not official that he's been cast yet, just wait till the movie comes out, because I kind of knew that Ben Affleck was going to be a badass Batman. I just didn't know that the movies were going to be shit. So, all right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much once again for dropping by. And always remember, my little piglets, Colin Porkchop loves y'all the most. So y'all take it easy, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Oh, wait, a couple more things. I posted the Toronto Huskies schedule on my community tab on my channel. Go tell me what you think the record is going to be. the person with the closest, I might give them a prize. We'll see what happens. I think Rocket said that they would go 9-7 and that the Titans were going to go 16-0, which they might because the Titans are like on God mode in Madden right now. They got Russell Wilson and they are just shutting down shop to anybody that comes and visits them or they go visit. So do that. I did get those people imported onto the Huskies roster. So you guys that wanted to be on the roster, you guys are on there now. You'll see when the first episode drops that I put y'all in there and change the numbers and the names and all that stuff. And what you guys gave me, the credentials that y'all gave me, that's what I edited them as. And then I also have been working on a couple more ads for the Huskies, but I'll present those when the time is right. But okay, now I got to say it again. Sorry, I got to do the outro again. And always remember, my little piglets, Colin Pork Chop loves y'all the most. So y'all take it easy, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys!